Yes, YouTube, how are we doing? So this is also a very, very cool tool. So I would show you what's happening on my normal Claude desktop, but literally as we are speaking right now, I am processing an entire info course product for a client, and they've not even got to lift a finger because I can just do it all for them. But one thing that I can show you is the new Claude desktop functionality, and it is absolutely ridiculous. And I'm going to show you one little tiny thing now. So I'll just start this prompt as I'm going through, but what you've basically got is the Google Claude Chrome extension. So if you basically just head over to Google and then you go download Claude Chrome extension, right, onto there, and then you click onto this top one here. It really is as simple as just clicking download, and then what happens from that point is if you go onto your normal page, you'll actually see this in a minute. Let me just approve that plan, so it'll always get you to approve it. So this has now taken over my screen. This has taken over my screen and coming through. So if you want to access your extensions, all you need to do is go to the top and click onto this little weird shape there, and you can see that I've got a few different ones here. I've got Loom. Don't really use Loom anymore. I use Teller. Teller is also a much better video software as well, in my opinion, than Loom. So that's another takeaway from this video. But what I've basically put onto here now is a overview and an assessment of my last 30 days of Instagram content, and how Claude Chrome works is it will basically hack into whatever you are logged into at that time, right? So I'm logged into my Instagram on desktop now. I'm on Chrome. It's got security. So now it's basically going to go through, and the prompt that I'm asking it to run is, and this is just me doing it really quickly, you could put an absolute high level, ridiculous, proprietary master prompt into there to run an assessment on it. But I've just gone for a really easy basic one. So it shouldn't take too long to basically get through. So what I've put down here is run an assessment on my Instagram in the last 30 days, review my bio stories, scan across all reels. Look, I'm not hands off. This is now taken over my computer and it's going through every single post one by one. I didn't actually think about that. This might actually take a little bit longer, so I might pause it and just say do the last 7 days. When I did it earlier, it took like 10-15 minutes, but anyway, we'll see in a minute. So I've basically said in the last 30 days, review my bio stories, scan across all reels, carousels, covers, give me a report on performance of my hooks, content styles, creatives and alignment, and targeting them across my ideal niche. Give me an actionable plans and improvements to make in the next 7 days worth of content. So as you can basically see now, it is tapping into my actual analytics as well. I probably shouldn't have done that prompt because that's a really long video. Let me just pause this and just say, just do the last 7 days worth of posts and skip the pinned posts, because that one there is my non-profit organization, which might take a really long time. While that's just processing, right, I'm going to jump over onto what I did with my school earlier, right? So I've obviously got my school community on here, and I've built out these new crazy high-level reports that people can get on a month-to-month basis. And I was like, right, is there a way that I could actually hack into the overview to my school? So I basically went onto that again, clicked onto the Chrome extension, clicked onto Claude, and I said, can you scan through all of my courses? So can you tap into my courses, and you can tap into all of my modules, and then give me a list of all the unit names and information for my entire course. I then trained Claude on that, so now it not only does a full comprehensive business review and reporting system based on client feedback, but also directs people to my course. And that was basically through Claude extension. But obviously right now we are talking about the Instagram element. So when you initially kind of go through, right, and you start to run these type of outputs, it'll always ask permission as well, which I think is really, really, really good. One of the things that I did last night was I went onto my Gmail account for info at the coach consultant, my Ben Hawksuff one, and I was like, right, I'm fed up of having so many random emails, and I'm subscribed to so much stuff, on my email inbox is always absolutely rammed. So what I did is I opened Claude Code and turned around and said, Claude Chrome, and said, can you basically unsubscribe to all of the emails that I'm currently not interacting with and opening with? So I went from having like 40-50 emails which were just rubbish to then it's just clean that out, so I'm only getting stuff that I actually want. So the functionality to this is absolutely crazy, and I might have to pause this video in a second to wait for the feedback to come through. But what I want you to imagine now is with Claude Chrome extension, right, anything that you are doing online, anything that you are doing with your desktop, anything that you are doing with anything, it is absolutely monumental what this system can do. It might take a little bit of time because I've put a comprehensive one in where it's asking to review every single post, but you can get a full assessment on all of the content that you are posting. You get a full assessment on what your website is looking like and give it a comprehensive review. You can do it on a lead magnet landing page. You can do it on absolutely anything. The problem that this is having now is it's actually reviewing my pinned post, which are real long videos. So let me just pause this for a second. Right, we're back in the room. Sorry, I've got about 5 screens all over the place, so that would take a little bit too long, so I've just sped it up a little bit, so I did some iterations. The first thing that I'm going to say here is the only reason that I have done that quickly is because of the purposes of this video, right? What I often do with AI, like literally on 2 screens down here, I've got 2 different jobs which are running and I'm not even touching it, right? So if you're looking at this assessment on Instagram, go for the high level assessment. If it takes 15-20 minutes to complete, that's fine. Just leave that tab open, put it to one side, and then come back down to it a little bit later, and then you'll have a full assessment. So based on this, I just basically asked it to just review the last 7 days, to only review carousels and reels, to pull everything through, to have basically an overview of my text, my covers, my captions. And you can see that it's basically extracted all of this information for me, which is absolutely nuts, right? And then what it's got down on here, so it's giving me a full comprehensive assessment of my hooks and my covers. So all of the different areas where I could be looking at improving from that side. It's giving me an overview on what needs work. So the text setup reel is the weakest cover. The thumbnail in the grid uses my text setup and AI command center, right? So what you need to do is just read this and post it and really think about it and really like digest it, because it can give you so much context and so much information. Even on cover design patterns, the bio assessment, and it also gives me a 7-day actionable plan on what I would obviously be focusing on from that point, alongside categorizing that. But remember, it's about how you prompt and how you basically put it into the system. But this is something that I would highly recommend that anybody does on a week-to-week or a month-to-month basis, because it basically completely and utterly removes the guesswork. Remember, I've done this on a really easy and fast level, so for the purposes of this video. But all you need to do is download Claude Chrome extension onto there, click onto this top one here, open that up, and whether you're on your Instagram, whether you're on your Facebook, you're on your TikTok, you're on a website, you're on a platform, you're on someone else's website, whatever it may be, you can 100% completely and utterly hack into anything now that you are logged into, or anything that you have open as a browser. It is absolutely mind-blowing what you can do with this stuff. So give this a go. What I will do is, in the video description, I will put in a GOAT prompt, which is basically a comprehensive 30-day social media assessment that you can use on Chrome. And then this will take a lot longer than what I've just done here. So then what I want you to do is I want you to use that, and then from that point, just leave it, let it run for 10-15 minutes or 20 minutes, however long it takes, and it will absolutely blow your mind on all the actionable improvements that you can use from that point. So check out the description, because there'll be a GOAT prompt that you can use, so you can literally just copy and paste it in with that. So it's really easy. Lights just gone off in my office, and like I said, guys, like I'm building something which goes to a different level beast to this. I'm going to be currently building a platform with Claude Code that will pull in live reporting from every single Meta ads, acquisition, Instagram, operations, everything that you have going inside your business with an API into a master system, which will be running 24/7 and giving you constant actionable feedback and reports. That's what I'm investing into at the moment, and that's what I'm building. So like I said, if you've not even touched AI yet, you need to, because it's absolutely crazy to even think that you can do this without this now, because everyone else will be doing it and your competitors will be using it, and I don't want you to be in a spot where you're going to get left behind. So you know where I'm at. There's a call link in the description in my bio. Follow me on Instagram, it's right in front of your face, _, and there's obviously a hell of a lot more than just AI that we touch on. I really care about people and I care about the businesses, and I'll do anything to get them results and just get them into a great spot in life. So hope to see you inside my program at some point soon. Check out the description, use the GOAT prompt, and there's also loads of free tools and stuff that you can use in there as well.